Hello Aries, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2025 general reading. We are looking at the first half of July and this reading is for you, the fire sign of Aries. I hope you're all doing well today. Thanks so much for taking the time to be here. If you enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. If this reading really resonates and makes sense with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at something going on in your own personal life, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can click on the link below or the description below to see that information as well. I'd love to hear from you, and I can usually get back to you within 24 hours with more information. I cover all areas of life: love and romance, relationship compatibility, career, work, finance, investment, 6 and 12-month overviews. There's a little something in there for everyone, and I'm quite diligent about the timely scheduling of personal readings. So if you're interested in that for yourself or as a gift for someone else, email me. Okay. Let's see what the first half of July is bringing in for you, Aries. I'm using my headset today because I've got the air conditioning going. And it's not super noisy, but there is some background noise, and we don't want that to bother us. Okay. All right, Aries, we begin with the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands can be conflict. Internal conflict, external conflict with other people. That's the energy of it. It can represent competitiveness, competitive energy. Sometimes petty energy. It can represent that we're putting too much effort or too much energy into something or against something that really doesn't have a solution to it. So it's best to kind of withdraw and try to get a different perspective on it. We have the Three of Wands, which is a card that says that you've laid the foundation for something. You may be starting to see some of your efforts paying off. You're kind of waiting, feeling hopeful, optimistic, and positive about the future. And we have Faith, which is the card of the Hierophant in other decks. It's literally about having more faith here. It can also represent tradition, right? The tried and true path, tradition, institutional energy, a governing body that provides the protection that we need. And we have faith in these kinds of institutions. We have faith in tradition. Your crowning energy, the overall focus and theme, is the Knight of Coins. So knights usually represent offers and opportunities and the speed at which energy or the situation of something is flowing. I have heard it said that the Knight of Coins or the Knight of Pentacles is slow. I don't think any of the four knights are slow per se. They're all very focused on a goal, on an objective, on a quest. The Knight of Coins is a little slower than his other brother knights or her other sister knights. But the Knight of Coins always accomplishes what they want because they're patient, they're dedicated, they're cautious, they have a plan, they don't cut corners, and they just put the work in. I like to refer to the Knight of Coins or Knight of Pentacles as my steady Eddie. 1 foot at a time gets you there. Sometimes the other knights can get a little distracted or a little derailed because their energy is so swift. But let's take a look at this Knight of Coins. The Knight of Swords, the Knight of Air. Moving forward swiftly, with action, with intention, with speed, with conviction. The Page of Cups and the Four of Wands. Positive messages, home, family, reunions, travel to be with the people you love, the people you care about. Some of you may be headed towards or considering an offer of marriage, whether it's coming towards you or whether you're considering making it towards someone else. There's a very focused energy about this. There may even be travel related to this. Let's take a look at that Five of Wands and see about this conflict or this competition, or, you know, some kind of amount of energy or effort or pushing back against something that really isn't worth it. Let's unpack that a bit. Justice, the Fool, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups. This is about conflict about doing the right thing or doing the right thing by tradition. Now in relationships, this might mean, you know, getting married rather than just living together without that, something like that. There's a certain amount of this path that you feel might be risky, or it's taking a chance or getting out of your comfort zone. And it's interesting that we have the Knight of Cups here, which is a love-driven offer, with the King of Pentacles, which is a different person than you. Some of you in love and romance, this might be competitive energy. It might be that you're dating someone or you have a long-term partner, and perhaps you haven't been willing to move up to the next level of commitment or dedication. For some of you, it might be, you might be on the receiving end of this. It might be the other person. Because what I'm picking up for some of you here is actually a fear of competition, and that competition may be a specific person that you know of. And it may be that this is the thing that kind of kicks you into taking action on a road so that you don't lose someone, something, a certain situation. Again, there's this sense about having a path open to you that seems a moral, ethical path, but there's still conflict about it. Conflict about giving up something in order to do this. Or conflict within yourself because maybe you tried something like it in the past or tried it before in the past and it didn't work out and you're afraid of failure. For some of you, you may be thinking about taking on a job or taking on a new project of some kind. Some of you, it might be perhaps moving or relocating. There's a sense of having the opportunity to make real practical changes or differences in your life. But you feel conflicted about it. There's something about it that you feel is risky or that it takes you out of your comfort zone, even though it looks like the right thing to do. It may be that those of you with families are worried about taking this new road or taking a chance because it might, you're concerned about the effect it might have on home and family. Let's take a look at this Three of Wands. But again, I'm also getting this sense that you're determined to move forward on this thing because you feel if you don't, you're going to lose the opportunity to do so, whether this is work or whether it's in relationship. Let's look at this Three of Wands. This is waiting for your ships to come in, but feeling pretty optimistic about it. The Emperor, which is your sign, Aries. Responsible, accountable, dedicated, in control, the boss. Eight of Pentacles and Nine of Swords. But there's still that worry, that fear, that anxiety of an unknown future. The fear that even though you've got positive energy around it, you're not entirely sure about it. This is worrying that you could put all the time, the effort, the money, the dedication into something, and something would still go wrong in the future. Even though you're trying to maintain kind of a hopeful, positive, optimistic outlook on it, it's kind of a bit of a mixed bag. It's like, I'm going to do this. I'm afraid, but I'm going to do this, but I'm afraid. Let's take a look at Faith, aka the Hierophant. The tried and true, the traditional path, the institutional energy that protects us when we're underneath it. Here in this deck, the artist Ciro Marchetti wanted to keep the definition of the original Hierophant card, but with more of a focus literally on faith. Faith in tradition, faith in the tried and true and tested path of something. Having faith that you can rely on that path. The Lovers, a relationship, a very karmic connected relationship, but one that is at a crossroads, meaning that it usually signifies a choice either about the relationship or a choice that might, in another area of life, that might impact relationship, like work, career, where you live. The Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Looking at all the options for long-term security and stability, and trying to keep a focus on the possibility and potential of what something could be, of the best way that things could work out. There is still, with the Seven of Cups, a little bit of uncertainty. Do I move forward with this? What are my options? And which one is the best one, the most practical one? Particularly for long-term security and stability. Long-term security and stability regarding finances, material issues, resources, and or long-term stability and security in an emotional way, relationships. Long-term security and stability, Aries, means simply that we have and we feel secure enough with what we have because of the work that went into getting it there. Strong connection to home and family and inheritance here as well, so that we're not worried about the future. And it looks like it kind of feels like many of you have decided on a course of action, even though you still have some anxieties and worries and perhaps fears, but you're trying to focus on the best outcome. You're trying to focus on the possibility and potential. It's kind of like, for those of you for whom this might be an issue around marriage, it may be that you had a marriage before and it didn't work, and you got divorced and it was really difficult and painful and emotional and all of that. You swore you'd never do it again, right? But then you met someone and you invested in a relationship with them. But perhaps you were afraid to take that step. They might be exploring other options. There might be this competitive energy here, and you're like, okay, well, now or never, right? And you may be making a decision to move forward on that, but there's still this sort of underneath kind of this fear and trepidation and nervousness and riskiness about it because of your previous experiences. You can also apply the same thing to a financial, material, job, work, career situation as well. It's like, what's the best way this can work out? If you have a home and family, is it going to, how will it impact that, right? Because it does look like, whether this is in the relationship area of your life or in another area of your life, it's going to impact the personal and relationship area of your life as well. So let's end with advice, guidance, final messages. Two of Swords, tough choices, but you need to make it on an intellectual and using your brain, your mind, your logical, the logical part of our brain, our intellect, but also our intuition as well, our gut instinct. You have the Two of Cups here, the soulmate, kindred spirit here. And remember, you also had the Lovers. So whether this is about for many of you, it might be about a relationship. But even if not, it significantly impacts a relationship, and a very karmic relationship too. Consider that. The Ten of Cups, the happy home, happily ever after energy. Those of you who are considering proposing marriage or accepting a proposal of marriage, this is Spirit is in clear support of this. Spirit's in clear support of it, whatever this positive new path is. The Knight of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, sooner rather than later. Like, don't waste any time, move forward on this thing. A practical new beginning, either the next step up in this relationship, or a new job, a new career path, new project, moving and relocating, or even a combination of all of those things. It is spirit guided and spirit supported. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Aries. Those are your messages for the first half of July 2025. Now, for those of you for whom this reading hit home and made sense, I hope it was helpful and useful. Maybe it gave you something to think about, particularly in terms of making decisions. If it did, or if you simply like the reading style, if you did and you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please feel free to email me directly, maggie1maguire@gmail.com. You can click on the description below to see that information as well. I would be delighted to hear from you. I will see you all in a little while. Be safe, be well, be blessed, and be of good cheer. I will see you all in a little while. Take care. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.